welcome back. Hope you guys are doing well. In today's video we are illustrating this cozy, beautiful, aesthetic sunrise along with a cute cat on our balcony railing. So we have already selected our dimension, which is 2880 into 2860. So today we are not doing any rough sketches, we are going straight into the sky. So we are using coarse watercolor brush to add the color. Here I added two layers for the sky because I wanted a highlight layer, so you can see as we go by. So in the highlighted layer, I'm just adding a lighter color of blue and a white color. And also I just merged it down and added a light purple shade. For blending, we are using blending brush from Artistic Column. So we are just blending it very lightly from top to bottom as always, and we are just going to smudge around the yellow tint to the top of the sky blue color. Just make sure you do it very slowly and precisely because this video is in 4x speed, as I don't want to take your precious time. So once we are done with the yellow and orange and the blue tint, after blending around the purple shade as well, I'm just going to give a cloud-like structure to the purple cloud by using the wash brush from Artist. So here I'm just going in a circular motion for the purple color. That's pretty much how I'm creating this cozy aesthetic cloud here. So just make sure you bring in the light tint of yellow in and then go circular motion as you go by. It will take a little bit of time. Just make sure to give your time. So we are moving on to step 2, which is a fluffy cloud. So for fluffy cloud, we are using coarse watercolor brush again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the top of the cloud or sky theme to the fluffy cloud in the middle of it. So I'm using the light pink or something in between of pink and purplish. It's up to you. And also I'm using wash brush to give this a quick wash down of the rough edges of cloud. So if you are watching this video, it is definitely in 8x speed more than the 4x. So this alone took me for around 7 minutes to blend and bring all this picture together. Give yourself a time when you do all this minute detail, because when you're doing the fluffy or the huge cloud, it takes lesser time, but this tiny or little bit cloud, it takes a longer period to bring out the structure we are looking for. So now we are adding a new layer for this orange color, and just make sure you go around the edges of the purple cloud first, and then you keep on adding the rest of orange shade. So I'm just giving it too fluffy here and there, and also I'm topping off with some purple shade so that it looks like a hint of still a sunrise here, and also the lighter orange color shade. So what I'm doing with this layer is I'm adding all the highlight and also the depth, that is shadow, at one go. So I'm not using any new layer whatsoever, but if you see on the right side, I might add a new layer to add all this element just so that I don't mess up. And if I mess up, definitely I'm going to delete this layer. Just for the reference, if I have to do it by myself, like without thinking much, I would do everything in one go, the entire cloud. But since if you're a beginner, just make sure to add as many layers as you go by, then merge it all down to one cloud layer and blend it across. So once we are done with the highlight, and so I'm using blending brush again to blend this layer of cloud. So for the previous two one, that is the purple and the pink, I might have used wash brush, but for this I'm going to use the blending brush because it's much easier to give that circular or the fluffy effect of the cloud if you're doing for the bigger picture. So what I'm doing is I'm smudging layer by layer. So if you look on the right side, I might have smudged the purple layer, then merge it down to the cloud layer. So here for the highlights and the depth, I have merged all into one picture, and then I'm blending as we go by. So this alone took me around 10 minutes to bring all the clouds come together as one fluffy one. But if you're doing it, just don't follow the timeline as you're saying, because this will cover up in 1 minute, but the entire illustration is in 8x speed. So we have already done blending across the highlights and the depth. So I'm just using wash brush again so that I smudge around the edges and at the depth of the cloud. And once we are done, I'm going to use the help of the layer so this will take a little bit more time to finish it all up together. I'm just blending the highlights as we go by. If you can figure out, we have two fluffy cloud, and also I'm removing of the pink cloud which is coming in between. So you just have to make sure to arrange as it pleasing to you. So for me, it is more of a highlight of the cloud than anything else. So once we are done, we are using the layer and blend mode, and we are multiplying the color, the layer itself. And for me, it was little too dark. So what I did, I copy the current cloud layer and I added in the new layer as a new cloud, and then I select the option as blending so that it comes to a beautiful lighter orange shade. So just follow this step as it is. There is nothing much we are doing. We're just copy and pasting and selecting the blend mode, whichever preference you want. So for me, I want a little lighter orange, but also in a little highlighted way. So once we are done with this, we are going straight to the easy sun. You all know that if you have been watching my previous video, I have the way of doing sun, which is just using one brush called glow brush from glow set, and I select the highest of the setting of the brush and I dab dab dab, just the three dab, and you get the sun. So just make sure you follow this step, and also this layer is in between the cloud layer, not above the cloud layer. So I want it so the sun is rising up and the cloud is just dispersing as we go by. The fourth step is easy one, which is just adding a balcony railing. For this, I'm just going to start with camo, giving that leafy or the garden thing around the balcony, and then with the help of fountain pen and also draw style, I'm just going to draw some rectangles and fill up as we go by. Again, just make sure to add as many layers as you go by. So once we are done with the camo, I'm adding a new layer for the balcony railing. So you can see I'm using the help of draw style rectangle, and this is the most easiest way to add multiple lines and use the fill bucket to fill the darker uh, layer. So once I am done, I'm just going to do the same step for the rest of the railing, and once we are done, I'm just adding a highlight of the orange of the cloud. Again, I'm adding on the layer of it, and then just using the blending brush to slowly smudge as though the hint of the sunrise is falling on the balcony. So once you are done with this, we are going straight to the final one. We are adding birds and cat, so which is very simple. For the bird, I'm using tattoo inker brush. So we are just using like a tick in a bigger tick way and adding a middle bit in a very healthy way. So once we are done with multiple type of tick, one is the upward tick, one is a downward tick, and another we are just slightly dropping it down. I feel like I should blend it little bit well, so I'm here using hair from the artist brush to blend it across. If you don't want to do this, you can skip this entire step and just copy paste the bird as it is in the new layer. So I'm going to blend it for a little bit of time, and also make sure to do it very slowly because all this illustration is in 2x or 4x speed, so you don't expect result in just 10 minutes. That's the honest of the illustration. So once we are done with this, I'm just copying and pasting the crow in a distance or bird in a distance. So we are over with this and we are going straight to the cat. We are using fountain pen, and with the help of draw style circle, I'm just going to add two circles, one circle for the head and one circle for the body. Once we are done with this, I'm using a triangle one for the ear, and also this look like devil for me without the now this look exactly like a devil cat. But anyway, the cats are cutest. I'm a cat person. If you are, so let me know in the comment below. And also I like dog as well. So once we are done by adding this, I'm just going to add the highlight, which is the orange shade, to the ear and to the tail and also to the body, and we are just going to slowly blend as we go by. And also take time to blend this, add this in a new layer. If you do any mistake, you can definitely delete and start a new one. Hope you guys enjoy this video. See you in the next one. Bye.